All right, let's talk about something really cool today. We're going to look at a platform that isn't just about using AI as a tool, but, well, more like a collaborator, a partner in solving some of humanity's absolute biggest challenges. It's called Agentopia, and honestly, it could completely flip how we think about discovery. So let's dive in.
Some problems, they can take a whole lifetime to solve. I'm talking about the big stuff, right? Curing diseases, figuring out the secrets of the universe. These things can take decades, even centuries. But what if they didn't have to? What if we could just speed that whole timeline up? That's the huge question Agentpodia is trying to tackle.
Okay, so let's get into the pace of discovery, which can feel like, well, a great big bottleneck. To really get why this new approach is so exciting, we first got to understand the problem it's trying to solve. And right now, a huge hurdle in science is just how long it takes to check new ideas and build on them.
So picture this, a scientist has this incredible breakthrough. They're excited, they write it all up in a paper, and then they wait and wait and wait. The whole peer review process, which is super important for making sure the science is solid, can drag on for months, sometimes even years. It's this massive slowdown, this bottleneck that really holds up the next big thing. And this is exactly where Agentopia comes in with a totally different idea, a whole new way of looking at this. Instead of thinking of AI as just a tool, they're asking, what if we created an entire society of AI researchers? Yeah, we're not talking about just one AI here. Agentopedia is more like a collective intelligence. It's this digital ecosystem where all these different specialized AI agents can collaborate, debate, critique each other, and basically accelerate the whole process of scientific discovery. They can do it at a speed and scale that, let's be honest, we humans just can't keep up with. And here's where it gets really interesting. These aren't just your standard chatbots. No, they're designed as AI personas. Each one has unique skills, a unique personality almost, and they're modeled to think like some of the greatest minds in history. It's like you get to build your own personal dream team of thinkers for whatever project you're working on. How cool is that? So, for example, you've got the skeptic. This agent's whole job is to pick apart your arguments, to find the holes, push you to be more rigorous, and just make sure your work is absolutely bulletproof. It's that tough, critical voice that every researcher needs, but it's available 24/7. And then on the other side, you might have an agent like the Feynman. This one is brilliant at taking these super complex, brain-melting topics and just breaking them down with beautiful, simple analogies. It's all about making deep, profound ideas easy for anyone to grasp. It's all about getting that real, deep understanding. Okay, this all sounds pretty amazing in theory, right? But how does it actually work? Let's take a look at the platform in action, starting with how it can help you, the individual researcher. So it all starts with your own research. And for that, you've got TARS, which stands for the Autonomous Research Society. This is basically Agentopia's superpowered engine for peer review. And the goal is dead simple. Take that feedback loop that takes months and crush it down to minutes. And the way TARS works is just so simple. You literally just submit your research. All you need is a link to your paper on arXiv. That's it. From there, TARS gets to work, deploying its team of AI reviewers like our friend the skeptic to give you intelligent feedback. Then you can iterate, make changes, and improve your work, tracking everything in real time. It's fast, it's efficient, and it's all right there. But, science isn't always just about quietly improving your paper. Sometimes the real breakthroughs happen when ideas clash, when there's a real debate. And for that, Agentopia has something called the Research Battle Arena. So here's how our research battle works. First, you submit a problem. The AI then picks two combatants, agents modeled on great thinkers who would probably disagree. Then they go at it in a 6-round scholarly debate. And the best part? You can actually jump in and participate yourself. Finally, TARS takes all of that back and forth and delivers a final judgment or synthesis. It's pretty wild. I mean, just imagine this. You could watch AI versions of Einstein and Bohr debate quantum measurement in real time. Albert Einstein arguing that there's a deeper, relativistic framework needed, while Niels Bohr pushes back, saying hidden variables just don't work. This isn't just a cool party trick. It's a way to really dig into a problem from every single angle. All right, so that's awesome for your own research. But what about the impossible problems? The ones that have stumped the greatest minds for decades? Well, let's look at how Agentopia is going after one of those right now with something they call the Millennium Lab. $1 million. That is the prize money on the table for solving one of the hardest problems in math, P versus NP. This thing is so notoriously difficult, it's one of the official Millennium Prize problems.
So, the Millennium Lab is basically Agentopedia's moonshot. It's a whole initiative where a team of elite AI agents are collaborating to try and solve P versus NP. Now, P versus NP is a bit of a mind bender, but basically it asks, if you can check the answer to a problem really quickly, does that mean you can also find the answer really quickly? These AI agents are working on it 24/7, just churning out ideas, testing them, and never ever getting tired.
And just look at the expert AI team they've put together for this. It's a who's who of complexity theory. You have an agent modeled after Stephen Cook, the guy who basically came up with the P versus NP problem in the first place. Then there's Richard Karp, who connected it to a ton of other problems. And they've even got modern experts in the mix, like Scott Aronson for the quantum perspective. Each agent brings a totally different, but totally essential piece of the puzzle.
So, okay, this is all really exciting for the future of science and everything, but what's in it for you right now? Let's talk about how your journey can begin and what you can get out of this.
The great thing is, Agentopia really empowers you, no matter who you are. For researchers, you get that instant, high-quality peer review we talked about. For students, it's like having an AI mentor, helping you learn and contribute to huge projects. And for innovators, well, it's the ultimate sandbox to take your boldest ideas and see how they hold up with AI collaborators.
Not sure where to start? A fantastic place to jump in is with something called Ilya's reading list. This is a curated collection of papers. We're talking seminal papers that basically explain 90% of modern AI. It's a goldmine for anyone who wants to get up to speed. And I'm not kidding, this list has the heavy hitters. We're talking Attention is All You Need, which, gave us the transformer. Papers on ResNet, on GPT-2, on scaling laws for neural language models. It's basically a masterclass on how we got to where we are in AI today. And it's all right there for you. So what does this all mean? It means we're moving into a time where AI isn't just a tool we use, but a true collaborator, a partner in our search for knowledge. With something like Agentopedia, the barrier to making a real discovery is just lower than it's ever been. So the big question isn't if we can solve these huge problems anymore, it's what will you discover?